Let's assume right now that you're working a job, you're making $12, $13, $14, $15, $17 an hour, which you feel kind of stuck because you're working hard, you barely have enough money to get by, you're trying to save a little bit of money, you're trying to invest a little bit of money. If you want to see bigger gains, you're going to need more money to invest. But in order for you to have more money to invest, either you can spend less, which there's a limit to how much you can spend less, especially if you're making $15 an hour, but there's really no limit to how much more you can earn. Now you might be saying, but Jaspreet, I don't have the skills to go out and earn $30 an hour or $35 an hour. How can I go out and do that? Well, that means you got to take this $1,000 that you have and now invest it into your own career. Take the $1,000 and invest it into your education. That way you can qualify for a job that's going to pay you at least double what you're getting right now. And you might be saying, well, Jaspreet, how in the world am I going to do that? Well, for example, you can go out and become a certified data scientist. If you go out and become a data scientist, well, you will have the ability to earn close to $100,000 a year just from your job. Now, in order for you to get the certification and become a data scientist, you're going to have to do two things. Number one, you're going to have to invest your time to learn how to do it, and you're going to have to invest some money to actually get a certificate on how to do that. Now, when it comes to time, it could take you somewhere between 3 months to 3 years to get the certification to become a data scientist, depending on how aggressive you are with it, and it can cost you somewhere between $200 to $20,000, depending on what type of certification and what type of boot camp or what type of program you're doing to actually go about doing it. But what you got to figure out here is, if you have some money put aside, can you take this money and reinvest it into a new career, into a new certificate? It doesn't have to be data scientist, but as an example, can you put this money into a new career, into a new opportunity that's going to allow you to earn 2, 3, 4 times what you're earning right now? And if you can do that in 6 months, or even 2 years, that could pay off big time in the long run, because now you can invest 4 times more aggressively. Maybe you can invest 8 times more aggressively, especially if you keep your spending small, because the big mistake that a lot of people make is they see this big increase in the income and they start doing this big increase in spending. Well, if you increase your spending a little bit, but you increase investments a little bit more, then you're going to have the opportunity to build your wealth a whole lot faster. But this is where now you want to be investing your money and your time to change your career. The second option is to use $1,000 to build and start your own business. Now, this one's riskier because starting your own business is risky. Most businesses will fail. But if you feel like you are an entrepreneur, not everybody should go out and start a business, and not everybody wants to go out and start a business. But if you are an entrepreneur, you know what I'm talking about here, where you feel like, I hate the idea of working for somebody else. I can't work for somebody else. I'm always thinking of business ideas. I need to be in charge of my own income. I need to be in charge of what I do. If that's what you're thinking about, then maybe you should think about starting your own business. Again, some people, this is the way they think. That's how I always thought. I never, ever thought that I could work for somebody else. I hated it when I did. And this is where, for me, starting my own business was the right option for me. But you have to find the right opportunity for you. And now, if you have this $1,000, if you have some cash put aside, you can use that money to start your business. Now, the mistake that a lot of people make is one of two things. Number one is they assume that starting a business costs tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you need all this money put aside to go on and start a business, which is a complete lie. And number two is they throw all their eggs into this business idea before trying to protect themselves. Like if you have a kid, or if you have a wife, or you have a husband, and you have responsibilities, and you have no cash in the bank, and you quit your job to start a business, but you haven't started before. Well, now you're putting all of your eggs into this business idea and you have no idea what to do. Don't do that. If you want to start a business, if you have a job right now, the way that you do that is now you spend your evenings, and you spend your weekends, and you spend the holidays, you spend your time off starting this business. Yeah, that means you got to make sacrifice. If you're not willing to do that, you probably shouldn't start a business, because you have to put in a lot of sacrifice. The person that's got to put in the most sacrifice is the founder of the business. So if you're not willing to make that sacrifice, then don't start a business, because you're not going to stick with it. But you got to start putting in the sacrifice and figuring out what it is. And this is where everybody says, but Jaspreet, what type of business can I start with $1,000? And there's a lot of answer to this. But the first thing that I want to tell you is, I can't tell you what type of business to start. I get this question all the time. When I go and speak places, when I go and talk to people, I get this question all the time. Jaspreet, what type of business should I start? And your answer is going to depend on you. What problem can you solve? What are you good at? What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy doing? What do you see that you can fix? Some of you are going to be really good with the hands. Some of you can get into the automotive industry and create a better way to fix cars. Some of you are going to be really good at cooking. You're going to create an awesome cooking product. Some of you are going to be really good at customer service, and you're going to be able to create a great hospitality business. Others of you are going to love money and the financial education side of things. And you're going to go and create a big education business. But you got to find what's right for you. Now, there's a lot of different businesses that you can start for under $1,000. I mean, you can start pretty much any service-based business. If you're good at design, you can be a graphic designer for companies. You can start a service, creating visuals, managing the social media for companies. If you're good at marketing, you can create a marketing service. Now, don't make it vague, make it more specific. Is it SEO marketing? Is it paid advertising on Facebook? Is it paid advertising on TikTok? Are you going to be creating social media content for brands? Be more specific. The more specific you are, the more niche you are, the more that you're going to be able to charge. But now start approaching businesses and offer your services to them. Maybe you start a mobile detailing business where you go to rich people's houses, you go to doctors' houses, you go to attorneys' houses, people that have money but don't have time. You go to the house and you wash their nice cars for them. Maybe you start a driving business. I was actually just talking to somebody about this in the gym that used a unique marketing angle to build the driving business. He used to work in the limo business and then he switched it up because he saw that people weren't buying and renting limos the way that they were before. Now he has some nice black cars, and instead of offering limos, what he does is he works with high income earners like doctors, executives, and attorneys, and he says, your time is worth more than my hourly rate. So instead of you driving yourself to your office, to your clinic, to your hospital, 30, 40 minutes away, how about you just pay me a fraction of your hourly rate? And I will take you there in class, and you can take phone calls in the back, you can relax in the back, you can read a book in the back, you can buy back some of your time, and I will drive you there. There are a lot of different types of products and services that you can offer, but you got to find a way now that you can monetize something that you're interested in and that you're good at. That way now you can offer some value to the world. Once you start earning money, then the next question is how do you scale it? Because you don't want to be the person that's always having to do the work in order to get paid. Because if you become a driver and you only get paid if you're driving somebody else around, well, that's not a real business. You just bought yourself a new job. You want to be able to find a way to hire other drivers and to build something unique and valuable. That way you can build an empire that you're managing. But it starts with you figuring out how you can get paid, something that you're interested in, something that you can solve a problem in, and then figure out, after you start earning some money, how can you scale it to the next level. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.